How's it going, guys? It's Root Junkie here, and in today's video I'm really pumped about this. I finally got in the mail the LG G4. This thing is supposed to have one insanely awesome camera and I really want to play with it. So we're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of the LG G4. This is supposed to be LG's flagship device here for 2015. So let's go do this. Let's go ahead and open this thing up with a nice little sleek, whoa, there we go, beautiful. Go ahead and take a look at what we have inside. So we're going to open up the box and there's the phone. We'll set it aside for a quick second, and underneath the red we have the battery, so definitely got to insert that yourself. We have the power brick and we have the USB cable. Pretty standard kind of things in here. Yep, that is it in the box. Very basic packaging. So let's go ahead and stick in the battery. And it does look like this is a 3000 milliamp hour battery in the LG G4. Looks like we do have a SIM card and SD card slots right there, which is very nice. Obviously, you know, a lot of phones are going away from the external SD card, and I'm really happy to see that they're on there. Now this is kind of a basic plastic right here. Got that little diamond pattern on it, and obviously you have your volume up and down, power, and camera on there as well. Along with, it looks like this is your laser focus, I'm assuming. Here is your flash, and then also your white balance sensor, which is cool. Definitely looking forward to checking out this camera. So when it comes to the ports on the sides of this thing, they're very minimalistic. You have your headphone jack here on the bottom along with your USB port, along with looks like a little mic pickup right there. If we slide it around over here, you have your little thumb tab for pulling off the back. That's right there. Around here on this side, looks like there's some little mic pickups, maybe a little IR blaster right there. And pretty much it. Now you do have your speaker right here for your earpiece, front facing camera, and then obviously on back you do have your back camera, your speaker right there, see it right there, a little speaker pickup, and your buttons right here, and you know, your flash and all that kind of good stuff. So there really is very little along the edges. Now I don't know if you can make this out, it does have a little bit of a wobble to it, so that's you know, interesting. Also it's hard, it almost looks curved. I don't feel like there's much, yeah, there's not much lift there. I've heard it is curved a little bit, but it looks very minimal when to me on the curve on it. Definitely rocks though, you know, when you have it sitting down. It'll be hard to like thumb type on it, that's for sure. Very rocky. Let's go ahead and power this bad boy up. So go ahead and hold the power button down, feel a little vibrate, and let's flip it over. There is that beautiful LG right there. Life's good. And interesting, it did a little Android recovery thing right there in the beginning. And then right there, powered by Android. Very nice. So let's talk a little bit about the specs on this device while it keeps booting up. This does have a 5.5-inch screen, which is really nice. This is ISP display. This is Quad HD. So, you know, standard with any of the flagships we're seeing nowadays. This does have a Snapdragon 808, not the 810, but the 808. So this gives it two cores at, I think they're like 1.8 gigahertz, and four cores at 1.44 gigahertz. So a little bit better for battery performance, I'm assuming, versus the octa-core processors. So this is a 6-core processor, and it'll ramp and use what it needs based on demand, which is really nice. Let me just really quickly shoot through the setup on this device and we'll show it to you. Oh, finally, I think we have an official boot up here. Shabam! There she is. Very nice. You can see I've already got an insane amount of notifications. I'm just going to go ahead and clear all those out. So we'll see basically this stock setup right here. Very cool. It's got the contacts in there already. Let's go in the app drawer and just see what we have. You see there's already a Google folder set up for you guys, so that is interesting. Let's see what else we got. Camera, Cell broadcast, interesting there. Check that out. File manager, FM radio, so you can plug in your headphones and listen to the radio. So that's really awesome. I like that feature. LG's backup and health programs right there. Messaging, music, phone. There is the quick remote that uses the IR blaster on the top. We talked about that. Remote services, settings, LG Smart World, task, voice record, weather, and YouTube. So that's what comes on it defaultly. Also, you have your widgets right here. So, you know, a lot of new launchers don't have the widgets in the app drawer. I like them there. You have to hold down the home screen to get to them. I like that they're here, so that's nice. I was getting annoyed with having to find them the other way. It's nice that they're in the app drawer. So basic stuff here, weather. Yeah, so basic standard bookmarks, which is nice. Here you go. This is your drop down with your quick toggles, and that's pretty cool. There's some neat things here for sure. You get rid of that. Memo, Wi-Fi, sound. There's your brightness. Another sound thing. You can go right into all of your sound settings, which is nice. And let's see, can you scroll these? You can. So we have data, Bluetooth, location, hotspot. I like that widget or quick toggle a lot myself. Flashlight, that's super important. Everything should have flashlight at this point in my opinion. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, editing, a couple things. So pretty standard there. We'll go into settings, and again, I kind of was telling you guys that this is on right here. We'll go into about phone. Should be Android version. Let's see here if I can find it. Software information right there. Android version 5.1. So that's pretty sweet. That would be Lollipop. Now, does it let you get to an Easter egg? It does. Yep. Okay, so there's the Easter egg for it. Very awesome. So let's go ahead and just look through some of the rest of this. We'll go back into settings and just see what else is in here. So default messaging app, that's interesting that they give you that right there off the get-go. So I actually like using Hangouts, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to that. But it's just interesting that that's a setting in here in the menu. Screen clean, interesting, cleans up temporary stuff right there. Battery and power, now I always like to see my battery percentage, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. There you go, it's up there in the top. There's battery saver and game optimizer, so that's pretty cool for video games. Turn that on or off, very nice. Should optimize that for you. You have some dual windows, quick circles, smart settings. We'll have to go through some of those maybe. User account, that looks pretty standard. Display, home screen stuff we have in here. Very nice, your wallpapers and whatnot. Yep, swipe, different things you can. Theming, what do you got for themes? So right now there's a stock LG theme. Looks like you can probably do more. Yeah, oh, very cool. Very cool. We'll do that later. So yeah, this is pretty neat. I'm definitely going to be wanting to check through some of these themes. Some of these home screen settings are very nice. Home touch buttons. There's quite a bit you can play with in here. So sound profiles, setting all that up as well. Looking pretty good. And networks. Pretty standard for networks. So let's go ahead and check out some of these applications. So as you all know, in Lollipop you have this recent applications window, which is pretty sweet, but it also has this dual right here, dual windows. So you can go ahead and drag something up here, and then maybe you want to go in your file browser down here. And it's pretty sweet because then you have the multi-windows. You can scroll up here, watch YouTube, you can look through your files, you can adjust it up and down. So, you know, a lot of phones have this multi-window, especially the Samsung devices, and I like it. It's a nice feature and it works quite nicely. Let's go ahead and move on to the camera because I'm really excited to check it out. Ooh, also, didn't even notice that. You do have this smaller bulletin here on the side. This is kind of like a blink feed or something like that for HTC has, or I think Samsung has a feature like that as well. You know, it's alright. Let's see what else we have on our home screen. So just a couple home screens right there, basic applications. Well, let's go ahead and check out this camera. I'm really excited to see how this works and just see what all we got with it. So let's go ahead and just snap a couple quick pictures. Wow, that's insanely fast. So there you go, you can flip it back and forth. That's me right there. for a front-facing camera. Ooh, I really like that. That's pretty slick. Good animation for it too. Yeah, it works really, really well. So very, very cool. I'm definitely digging that. Let's flick it over here, and the laser focus is like instant. So that's pretty awesome. Now the thing with this that makes this camera so cool to me is this feature right here. You have auto mode, but you have manual mode. And with manual mode, you can control pretty much everything. Your white balance, your ISO. This makes this camera basically a DLSR, which is really awesome. It also has an aperture of f1.8, which is just insane for a smartphone, and it's going to be really, really good, I'm sure, on pictures. So that's pretty cool. Definitely excited. I'll be doing some video testing on this thing for sure, showing you guys some raw footage on it. I think it does have a 16 megapixel camera, and just really, really slick. So stay tuned for those videos. We'll be covering some more things, obviously hacking, rooting, modding, you know, the usual I run with. But yeah, we'll definitely do some other videos on it for sure with the camera, shoot a bunch of different things and show you guys just the capabilities that this thing can do. And yes, this LG G4 does have the knock-on feature that turns your screen on and off very easily without having to flip it over and hit the little button on the back to turn your screen on and off. So I'm definitely loving that feature. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for me on the LG G4, my first impressions and unboxing. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up. Big shout out to LG for giving me this opportunity. Absolutely love this device. Can't wait to do more videos on it. Stay tuned for those. Subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Root Junkie out.